Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Dominic. Welcome to the channel Truth X, where we're revealing the mysterious past of mankind, going but dating back 13,000 years. In the previous video, we went through the two. In the previous videos, we went through the two major pyramidal sites that I believe played crucial role in the history of mankind, dating back to the last cataclysm that hit the Earth almost 12,000 years ago. And right now, I'm going to tell you about a little bit the third one and the probably most explored one, the most discussed one, and the most mysterious one, which is situated right probably in the middle of the world, as we can say it, or it was considered the middle of the world in the ancient times. We will get to the topic in further videos. We're heading right here to Giza, very known place, one of the most touristic places visited on this planet because of the pyramids at Giza. Right here you can see the map is full of sites that I marked and connected with lines because I believe these sites were connected energetically in the past, all the way from the north, from here, from Giza pyramid, from Cairo basically in Giza, down towards south to the so-called Upper Egypt, all the way to Aswan basically. And the last structure that I pointed out here was Karnak Temple and the Luxor Temple, but definitely there's more to unveil. We'll go through Egypt in more detail in the future. This is just introduction video, as well as those two previous ones related to the pyramids right here. So let's talk about a little bit about Giza. As we can see right here, these pyramids are the most picturesque ones, I would say, out of all. They are really remarkable in their design, in their construction. Especially the Great Pyramid is absolutely fascinating. If you look at the inner structure and the chambers and the way the granite and the mix of granite and limestone blocks are put into the place, we're talking multi-ton blocks again. It's absolutely remarkable that someone was able to put these structures in place the way they are, because this is just something absolutely out of our capabilities. And even if we tried with the most advanced technology we have, humans in this era are unable to even mimic or replicate these monuments that we are seeing right here. What I want to talk about first is that these pyramids, again, were not tombs, 100%. This has been confirmed by many independent researchers, and I think anyone who is a bit of rational mind. There's no evidence of sarcophagus inside of any of these pyramids or chambers within them. There's no evidence of inscriptions, which I believe is the most important evidence for any presence of people or deceased pharaohs inside the chambers, as you can see in other pyramids, the Pyramid of Unis, more to the south, in Saqqara and other pyramids, where a pharaoh was uh, put into the tomb for his pharaoh journey, which was the most sacred and important ritual, basically, in ancient Egypt that they focused the whole culture around, the whole religion. Um, there were inscriptions. There were rituals performed, inscriptions put right on the site inside the chambers and the sarcophagus. That's undoubtable. Archaeology did their job. Uh, Dynastic Egypt is well explored, and I believe is is correct in certain things. What is incorrect is the dating of these sites, these megalithic, huge monuments and statues, which are totally out of range in construction and size compared to these dynastic structures. You can't compare a structure like a Great Pyramid at Giza to I don't know, some other small pyramids here in the south at the Shur Abusir, which are made out of mud bricks or just crude limestone that they constructed on the top of destroyed monuments or fallen pyramids that were built in this, I call it, golden era, reaching back 11,000 years. So again, I believe these pyramids were the second pyramids built on the planet Earth, dating back at least 11,000 years. And as I said in the previous video, likely these three sites were built simultaneously with a little bit of time difference. Um, The orientation, as we can see, of these three pyramids, again, is totally different than the two previous ones. The direction, the cardinal direction of this side is towards southwest, starting from the Great Pyramid, looking southwest again as we connected them. Yet again, confirmed. Robert Bauval did his amazing job 20 or plus years ago when he found out these two pyramids match the stars of Orion belts, as he says, around 2500 BC. But yet again, I believe they match it the whole time, and they're connected energetically somehow to these three stars. Otherwise, there would be no meaning in constructing them in this way. And also the chambers on the southern northern side of the Great Pyramid are pointing to the to certain stars, as we will see in the later videos, especially the chambers from the lower, the shafts from the lower chamber, the Queen's chamber. They're pulling out to the stars, specific stars. One in the Orion, second one in the constellation of Draco. Yet again, there's a huge symbolism hidden in this. It's not a coincidence. And I believe this structure, again, was extremely energetically charged from the energy from the stars. And I believe it was some kind of powerhouse in the past. We will get to it later. We will talk about it in further detail. Because in these times, yet again, the civilization was restarted, basically, and the people needed advanced tools and knowledge to construct, and technology to construct sites like this, right? What I found intriguing that supported even my research in this was that there's evidence of use of high technology on this place, right? If you take a look on certain photos done by great independent researchers, we can see saw marks, we can see tube drills that no copper chisel, no hand tool, no primitive tool can do that ancient Egyptians, the dynastic Egyptians used, right? This is virtually impossible to carve out granite like this, as we can see here, or any other type of this hard rock in this way. It's virtually impossible. We can't replicate it even nowadays. Look at the tube drills, look at the saw marks, and we can see the tube drills are absolutely perfect. Like it's some machine went inside of this very hard granite and made this incredibly looking tube drills. And what I found the most intriguing was, if we take a closer look at the pyramid itself, the huge multi-ton limestone blocks were carved out of bedrock and put into the place, as we can see here, stacked one on top of each other probably, and then assembled into this incredibly monumental structure. There's evidence of it. If you go on the side, you can see it was done this way, and definitely had to be done by some kind of advanced tools, like gigantic saws powered by some kind of energy, and put into the place. How they put into the place, I believe that's my view, that some kind of telekinesis power was used. That I believe these huge blocks were put into place by power of levitation. Whether they could do it with the mind, or again some with other advanced technology, I don't know. But I think they were not assembling these incredible sites manually, because the precision and the perfection of assembly of this and the construction of this site is just mind-boggling. It's virtually impossible for humans or any kind of technology to put it in the place with such perfection that you can't put a needle or a human hair between the two blocks. Egypt is mysterious, Egypt is incredible, and the good thing about Egypt is that the most preserved evidence, I think, is due to the fact that we're in the desert and it was untouched for long centuries. So I believe that this place was the most preserved due to the conditions in Sahara. And it was covered for thousands of years, not thousands of years, but definitely hundreds of years until Arabs discovered it. And in the 18th and 19th century, when the first archaeologists started to come from Europe and elsewhere to discover it and dig out the evidence. So we were lucky in the history that this place preserved these monuments in the most, yeah, safe way, and we managed to find them and discover them in such preserved way and be able to understand our past more. So I believe this place is fantastic because we are able to understand a lot of our human history just in Egypt. That's why I believe the most of the focus is in the Egypt, and that's why the most also oppression is there in the Egypt, where archaeologists are doing their best to to do anything against the people who are trying to come up with different theories that are more plausible and logical than theirs about our human history. As you can see, there's a ton of work that I've done here, ton of research that I would love to talk about. It's a topic for hours. In my book, you will read about these structures in detail. You will understand the the design of certain structures that I consider to be the most important energetically, and their purpose that I believe was purely energetical and was powering the whole region with renewable and endless energy that these people used to power their tools and their technology thousands years before dynastic Egypt. This is the Truth X. I'm happy that you watched again another video. And again, this is just an introduction. We will talk about these sites in deep detail in the further videos. I just want to give you a little bit of information of what I'm talking about, what I'm writing about in the book in detail so that you can understand my perception and my work more. And thank you very much for stopping by and watching.